Good afternoon, everything.
Good afternoon.
How are we feeling?
Good. Nice and cool in the aircon now.
Yeah, we're pretty elated to be at the Mercury Prize, John.
Yes, of course.
Especially elated as you were robbed of a nomination last time, as we all know.
Well, we get robbed every time, mate. Every time.
But you should have been up for it last time, though, yeah?
Some might say.
Some might say. I mean, I think the Mercury Prize was doing a slightly different thing last time, maybe at that point. So a lot of debuts from memory. That's the reason, right?
Yeah.
Apart from Gaz Coombs, who's been in the industry 20 years, but
Famously not here today, though.
is he not?
No.
Great.
Yeah, we do.
It's brilliant.
We are
We
fans
listened
of
to it a
that.
lot. Yeah, it's brilliant.
How would you describe the character, themes, and spirit of this record, and what do you think it is about it that's captured people's imaginations?
It's very much an album for the times we're living in. It's kind of about division and extremism, and a sort of sense of trying to work together, even though there's big problems with doing that. So that's sort of the general theme, and the feeling of the title, A Fever Dream, is about the fact that everything feels very strange and you can't tell what's about to happen, and you're not sure when you read the news. You know, you can't really believe what you're seeing some days.
Do you feel as if the unfolding dystopian nightmare is going to lead to more music about that, or do you think people are going to revert to what's safe in dicey times?
It's a good question. I think there's definitely a desire for escapism, probably more than ever in my life right now. I certainly feel it because it can get you down after a bit, I think. But also it's inspiring, and artists like to write about big stuff.
I think there's, you know, as an artist, if you're trying to write music for escapism, you're kind of actually leading people out of a problem rather than adding to it. And I think, you know, we've done a lot of great records. I feel like we've done lyrically covered a lot of this sort of topics, and, you know, we don't know what we'll do next, but maybe we'll start to feel like we want to go the other direction or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I agree, but I think lyrically there's always some hope on our records. It's not just like, this is terrible. You know, I don't think that's what we want.
And it's always quite evenly weighted, and it's always about the fact that this is happening rather than this is what I think about this, and really sort of heavily laying it down and making you make a decision. It's much more about what it feels like to live now.
And if you were betting people, other than yourselves, who would you put money on to win?
Say your favourite, Mike.
King Cruel's great. I think Arctics might win it. They always do, don't they? Win it? I don't know.
They always do.
Have they won it before, like twice? Once? Oh, okay.
4th nomination for them, though.
Oh, yeah, that was the Richard Hawley's been robbed one, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, no idea. I mean, I haven't heard some of the records as well, so.
Let's say Wolf Alice to win.
Yeah, agreed.
And anyone not nominated that you think should have been?
I would like to see Let's See Grandma appear. I really like their record.
Gaz Coombs, John Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins.
It's always a weird thing because you sort of we've been nominated twice, and you do feel an element of guilt for the people who didn't get nominated that you feel should have got nominated.
That was us last time, there wasn't.
That was us last time, so you know, it's
Swings and roundabouts.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing people say. But a lot of people are repeating this mantra that shame should be on there. I mean, what do you think it is about that record that's captured people's imagination?
It's youthful and fiery and things people like, isn't it? It's popular and it's new. And
I feel like it's the record that Jeremy Corbyn listens to, and there's obviously some
In the
kind
bath.
of groundswell.
Potting shed.
Yeah. When he's braiding some.
Doesn't he take pictures of manhole covers as a hobby, someone told me? When he's doing that, he's just like, having it.
But yeah, I mean, I actually I'm not that familiar with it, but I think whenever there's people who come along and they kind of capture people's imagination or spirit at that time, then that's why you kind of think, oh, regardless of whether it's the best musically, the best record, if they're capturing that, then that's important in a way. So I suppose that's why most people are surprised that it's not on.
yeah, there's lots of strange things that come into these decisions, like whether an act has been making a certain type of music for a long time and then they change, then people will applaud that, for example, even though it may not be the best thing they've ever done. There's lots of weird things, and if it's a debut, sometimes you get more attention because you're new, things like that.
And the prize money is quite a lot. What would you do with it if you won?
We said we'd buy a tiger, and the last time I asked this, and I don't know
How
why.
much is a tiger?
We think
Not
it's
enough.
probably about twice that.
Probably more than that, yeah.
But we'd probably just buy some recording equipment and help us record.
No, we'd probably hire a recording room for the year. That would be it.
Then lure a tiger in.
Yeah, put tiger stripes on the wall.
This is how things have changed. When we did this the first time, someone asked Metronomy what they spend it on, and they said they'd put it in an ISA, but of course you wouldn't do that now because the interest.
No.
That is the most boring.
Yeah.
Incredibly boring. It's like Alan Partridge answer. I think I put it in an ISA.
Yeah.